3 days after Captain Rafiq's ship disappeared without a single trace of debris, the ocean went completely silent. In response, Command deployed Rescues Unit 7, sending the heavy cutter Orion to investigate the coordinates. The Orion was a machine built for the absolute worst the ocean could offer. It carried thick, storm-rated hull plating, ice-breaking capabilities, and systems engineered to withstand catastrophic deep-sea structural failures. Then, at 1:47 a.m., the emergency channel lit up. Unit 7 was transmitting entirely off schedule. On a vessel as strictly regulated as the Orion, a premature radio transmission signals a total breakdown in mission protocol. Under these conditions, transmitting ahead of schedule suggests the crew is operating under a logic outside of standard naval procedure. The dispatcher at headquarters realized immediately that something was wrong the second Unit 7 reported they had located Rafiq's vessel. The following update defied logic. The vanished ship was not empty. It was actively waiting for them. Before Command could even process that statement, every screen in the control room flickered in unison, and the radio connection was severed permanently. This diagram illustrates the naval warfare tactic bait and bleed. A wounded asset broadcasts a distress signal, purposefully drawing a secondary target directly into a kill zone. The Orion triggered a deliberate, intelligent trap designed to capture a larger human asset. Out on the water, as the Orion reached those target coordinates, the environment shifted instantly. The standard oceanic weather vanished, replaced by an absolute stillness. This sonar sweep shows what Saeed observed. Standard seabed topography abruptly gives way to massive, non-geological structures rising from the dark. Then the anomaly breached the ship. The navigation computer forcefully recalculated, distorting the topographic lines into a chilling, impossible, personalized greeting. Navigation computers on military-grade cutters are entirely air-gapped. They are physically isolated from all outside networks. Rewriting that system from an unknown, deep-water source should be physically impossible. Then came the third signal. Captain Rafiq's voice echoed through the Orion's radio. It was slow, hollow, and entirely devoid of emotion, simply stating that the humans had brought more people. These communications reveal a terrifying methodology. The intelligence below the surface is actively studying human response protocols and adapting to our behavior in real time. The physical onset of the attack lacked any massive waves or violent storms. Instead, the vessel was subjected to an immense, crushing atmospheric pressure, squeezing the thick metal plating from all sides. Onboard physics began to fail simultaneously. Depth readings plummeted while the ship remained completely stationary on the surface, and engine power spiked to maximum capacity without generating forward acceleration. Outside the bridge window, the visual reality of the ocean collapsed. The surface of the water locked into place directly above the ship, acting as a solid, impenetrable ceiling. Beneath that new ceiling lay a vast, illuminated vertical city, stretching infinitely downward into the abyss, and populated by entities far removed from human biology. Inside the Orion, gravity itself shifted. The crew was thrown off balance as directional physics were literally rewritten, physically guiding the massive ship downward. The Orion entered an environment governed by an entirely different set of physical laws. The final signal they received didn't come through the speakers. It vibrated directly through the water itself, a resonant voice remarking on humanity's predictable habit of sending rescue parties. Lieutenant Syed desperately tried to manually abort the mission, but the autopilot had forcefully locked out all human input. Every screen on the ship flashed a terminal message, marking the absolute point of no return. Now you will understand. The Orion's own technology, its storm plating, its isolated networks, its heavy engines, was ultimately weaponized against the crew to facilitate their capture. Up on the surface, the immediate aftermath was completely silent. The water settled into a placid, glassy calm, with zero debris. instantly erasing all physical evidence that the Orion ever existed. The ocean has learned our protocols, weaponizing the deeply ingrained human instinct to save our own. These vanished ships now function as active, possessed components in a continuous, self-sustaining collection mechanism. Deep-sea rescue missions now serve as direct invocations to become the abyss's next piece of bait.